Okay, so we're going to be using Scratch to learn how to do some coding. So when you go to Scratch, scratch.mit.edu, you're going to sign up, give yourself a username and password. So I'm Biology Teacher 17. And you can see up here, we've got Create. That's where I'm going to go. Once you get into Create, this is where the coding happens. I'm going to leave my sprite as a cat for now. You feel free to change yours and make it something else if you'd like. Today's goal is going to be to build a calculator that you could use as your coding program. We're just going to do the 4 basic functions. But to start, all your coding choices are here on the left. I'm going to go into Control and have a quick look at what my options are. You can see you can go right down. You can click on the side if you want, if that's easier. But here's the thing I'm starting with. When the green flag is clicked, so up on the top there's a green flag. So when we click that, we know we want to start our coding program. So what I want to do is find out what we could do for a calculator. So there's going to be some questions that need to be asked. So if we choose this one, you see that I'm just bringing them over and attaching them to each other. I'm going to change this to what is your number for A? And I made a little mistake, so I'll get that R in there. And then your program says, this is what the cat's going to ask, sprite, and we're going to wait for an answer. So we have to now have a variable, and we're going to add a variable A, because that's what I decided to call it. You could call it X or Q or whatever. So I'm going to say set A to, well, we're waiting for you to give an answer. So I'm going to go back to the sensing, choose answer. So when the sprite says, what is your number for A? You will enter it on the keyboard, and that will set the answer for A. Now, usually with a calculator, you're going to have more than just one number. So next, we're going to ask the question again. What is your number for B? And again, we're going to wait. And now we need to know, okay, hold on. We need a new variable, B. So now we have another variable. We're going to set B to the answer. So we've asked 2 questions of the person who's using the calculator. What's the first number? What's the second number? So now we have to tell them what to do with those numbers. So calculators generally have lots of functions. Remember, we're just doing a very simple one today. So we'll start with what we want them to add together. So I'm going to go back to my variables. I'm going to set. We're going to make sum. So add together, we're summing them up, a new variable. Oh, my mistake, set sum to. Now this is where we have to tell it what to do. So operators tell them what to do with those numbers. So you can see we've got blank plus blank. So I'm going to grab that one and put it where that 0 is. And now I can go back to my variables and say, I want you to take A and add it to B. So if we're looking to add them together, the calculator now knows what to do. But let's say you didn't want to add them. Let's say you wanted to subtract them. So we're going to set the difference. And we're going to look for A minus B here and bring it over. And then we got to add those variables. third thing we might be able to do is multiply them together. So product. So again, I'll move this over. I'm going to change my variable to product. And then I'm going to bring in blank multiplied by blank. I have to make sure I put in my A and my B, and you'll notice there the whole thing lights up. But if I go there, just the circle. So that helps you put it in the right spot. And there's one other variable we can set, and that's division. Quotient. This one will give us something divided by something. So I put my variables back in. Oops. So we've told them how to add, how to subtract, how to multiply, and how to divide. So I want to try this, see if I made any mistakes. I'm going to press the green flag. My sprite says, what is your number for A? I'm going to put in 4. Enter. It says, what's your number for B? And I'm going to put 3, enter. And up here in the corner, I get all my answers. And you've made a simple calculator using Scratch. So you've coded. Take your time. I want you to try this exact same coding. See if you can get it to work. If you do, awesome. If you're having some trouble, watch the video, try it again. Or you could reach out and ask me some questions.